on this episode of Carnival Eats.
Enjoying New York Fare, enjoying this chicken waffle cone.
It works amazingly well.
I mean, it looks like a funnel cake. It smells like apple pie.
Oh! Yolk has been activated.
It's like Christmas dinner on a stick.
I love it.
I'm Noah Cap, and welcome to Carnival Eats. We're in Pennsylvania for the York Fair. Known as America's first fair, this is a milestone year for the York Fair as they celebrate 250 years since it was founded, making it older than America itself. With all this history behind it, you know the food that we're about to sample deserves to go down in the record books.
We're in Amish country, and our first vendor, Jonathan, was inspired by the Amish version of chicken and waffles. With Amish yellow gravy and a waffle cone, he's serving up a fair-friendly food. Fork-free chicken and waffles.
Chicken inside a waffle cone.
Is there anything like this in England?
No.
You can kind of cover some ground, but get your treat at the same time.
It's unbelievable. Chicken in the cone.
You figured out a way to bring chicken and waffles to the fairgrounds. You are putting all of the chicken components inside of a waffle cone. In fact, you call it
Fork-free chicken and waffles.
Jonathan starts with chicken breasts from a local producer.
3/4-inch slices. We're gonna throw it in some flour with a little bit of salt on it to begin with. And then we're gonna do an egg wash because it's gonna hold the panko breading crumbs.
a little shake.
The reason we use panko breading is because it'll hold the gravy better, won't get soft, stays really crispy over a longer period of time.
You had me at hold the gravy better.
We're gonna lay these out here on this pan, pop that in the freezer for a little bit.
You make your own gravy right here on site?
Yes.
This Amish-inspired gravy starts by combining flour with heavy whipping cream to form a roux. The roux is added to chicken stock, along with butter, sage, salt, garlic, and onion powder.
And cook at low for 5-6 more minutes.
Meanwhile, the chilled chicken is deep-fried at 350 for about 8 minutes until crispy brown.
I'm gonna chop up the chicken.
That chicken looks fantastic.
Put it in the gravy that we have here ready for us. We want to make sure every bit of it's covered with the gravy.
Soaking it up.
Grab a cone.
This is a traditional waffle cone.
Load the chicken in.
To finish it off, Jonathan tops it with green onions.
That's a fork-free chicken and waffles.
Oh, yeah!
It's good. The chicken's unbelievable. Thick, juicy, cooked to perfection. You get the crunch from that panko breadcrumb. It's the right call. Gravy slathered all over the place. And as it drips down the cone, it feels like melting ice cream. Hashtag so clucking good.
Wow, the waffle, the gravy, the chicken. Can't beat it.
I would never think of putting chicken in a waffle cone, but it works amazingly well.
The crispiness of the chicken and a waffle is so good.
Flavored perfectly. Everything marries well. Travel with it, eat it, enjoy it. I don't even need a napkin.
Jose is cooking up a 100-year-old family recipe that incorporates an entire turkey dinner and serves it on a fair-friendly stick. Let's unwrap the taste of Christmas.
We're smack dab in the middle of summer, and you're going for a Christmas treat.
I miss Christmas, so I definitely wanted to try the flavor of it.
Why this?
Because I love Christmas.
This is turkey dinner. How could you go wrong?
This recipe has I was gonna say a little bit of tradition. But when you get into triple digits.
Over 100 years old. That's a family recipe. Miss Evelyn.
Who's Miss Evelyn?
Miss Evelyn is actually my boss's mom. Her mom passed it on to her, and she passed it on to my bosses.
Something else that's 100 years old. Go. See, nothing. You can't think of anything.
Exactly.
First step is what?
Yeah, the stuffing.
This sausage is the main ingredient in the stuffing.
So we've already got sausage going. Is this part of our dish?
Part of the stuffing right here. We're looking at Italian sausage.
I've been going to the wrong Christmas dinners.
Woo! Jose also grills bacon, onions, and celery, then adds sage for seasoning. The ingredients are chopped and mixed together, ready for the next step.
That's done right there. That's right.
Oh,
We're gonna get some of that bread.
this is gonna help hold this thing together.
Yep, and we're gonna put the turkey in there.
That roasted turkey that you guys cook right here on site.
Then you can add the mashed potato
In comes turkey gravy.
from the same turkey that we roasted last night. Everything is homemade. 100 years old, you gotta keep everything original. Then we're gonna add the corn. Remember what we cooked a little earlier? This is what's gonna keep it together, believe it or not. 2 white eggs. And you said you're gonna help me mix up, right?
Yeah, man.
Use your hands. Don't be shy about it, okay? Let's do it. Keep them like that. Keep them together. Then you get one of the sticks, go right in. They're gonna be a little soft.
Yeah.
So you place it on the plate just like that, and then we freeze them. They're gonna get really hard.
How long do they have to sit in the fridge?
We usually do it overnight.
They're dipped in a cornmeal batter. Then it only takes a minute in the deep fryer at 450 degrees before these babies are ready.
Homemade cranberry relish sauce. That's cranberry and relish. You mix them all together.
Christmas came early. In one bite, you get everything that represents Christmas. That cranberry relish, the bacon, the sausage, juicy turkey. I love it. Any recipe that survives for 100 years, there's a reason behind it.
It's so good. Reminds me of Christmas. It reminds me of my aunt's cooking.
It's like a stocking stuffer, just stuffed with meats and delicious treats.
I like the crust on it, the moistness of it, and the flavor.
It's Thanksgiving and Christmas all rolled into one. It's Christgiving. Perfect.
It's like Christmas dinner on a stick.
Coming up,
Mac and cheese, fried egg, jelly.
Stuffed all inside of a delicious homemade pretzel. We're here in Pennsylvania at the York Fair, where one of America's favorite desserts is about to get a midway makeover.
Alan has been making classic funnel cakes for years. To honor the York Fair's revolutionary past, he's created an all-American version, the apple pie funnel cake.
Who doesn't love funnel cake and apple pie, and you get it all together in one?
Hey, the fair's not a fair without some funnel cake. And apple funnel cake is the one.
I could test it for you.
No, thank you.
You've chosen to do funnel cakes, which is like one of the key founding pieces of carnival food, except you're switching it up and doing something brand new.
Playing with the idea for many years, trying to come up with something that fits in with the whole apple thing, so this is what we came up with.
Alan starts with funnel cake mix and adds cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger.
Spice that you have in like a classic American apple pie.
Chunky applesauce completes the recipe.
And mix it up.
That sounds like a job for Alan.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I want to do that job. Well, I didn't know you had such a fun mixer.
It's looking pretty good.
I'm losing control, Alan. I'm all right. That was close, though.
Pour that right into the funnel cake pitcher.
It's a thick batter.
I like it better when it's thick. I think it helps it to stick together.
All that applesauce has really thickened it up.
It has.
Oh, perfect. I mean, it looks like a funnel cake. It smells like apple pie.
We're gonna top this off. A few slices of American cheddar cheese.
You know, a lot of people enjoy a nice slice of cheddar on top of an apple pie slice. That's American. You've got yourself some apple pie funnel cake. There's apple pie, man. It's delicious. You get the pop of that cinnamon, but what I love the most is that applesauce. You can see actual chunks of applesauce in there. And then look at that cheese. It's just starting to melt up. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Fabulous. You can really taste the apple and the cinnamon.
Delicious.
Moist in the middle, but just crunchy on the outside. But that cheese.
You're loving the cheese.
Yeah, it's a perfect funnel cake.
That is amazing. Crispy, cinnamony, cheesy. All good things in life. Ah.
Katie produces award-winning stuffed pretzels, and she's here to prove that bigger is always better. If you can't decide between breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can have all three with the Burger Bomb stuffed pretzel.
This looks kind of out there, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
What drew you into this?
Combination of the bacon, mac and cheese, fried egg, and the jelly.
Stuffed all inside of a delicious homemade pretzel. What? An award-winning dish? That's exactly what we're about to eat. This is a weird combination of flavors here.
is.
You had me with the burger stuffed inside. I could even wrap my head around the mac and cheese stuffed inside.
Yeah.
But now we're going jelly and then hitting it with a fried egg.
For real, yeah.
So let's get this thing started so that I can find out how this jelly fits in.
I take about a handful of dough. Gourmet soft pretzel dough. First I get it a little floury so it's not sticking in the sheeter.
How many times do we feed it through the sheeter?
3 times. If it's any thicker than this, it's gonna be doughy when it comes out of the oven. If it's any thinner, it's gonna be crispy.
Katie fills the pretzel with an all-beef burger, 2 strips of bacon, strawberry jelly, mac and cheese, and a slice of American cheese.
Strawberry jelly and mac and cheese. You're losing me here.
Wait till you taste it. So we're gonna roll it. I try to get the least amount of dough, so I cut as much as I can off of there.
That is a smart move. Everybody always has so much bun on the end. It takes 2 bites to get into the good stuff.
Yep.
The pretzel is dunked in a mixture of baking soda and water to give it its signature brown, crunchy crust.
We're just gonna put some slits in it to let the steam escape. It's perfect, dude.
The Burger Bomb pretzel is baked for only 5 minutes at 500 degrees.
There's still a couple of steps left.
Well, the most important is definitely the salt and the butter.
Butter is melted up. I really slathered this thing
This is definitely your first time doing this. I always say double butter, double butter. You don't want to get a bite without butter on it. Do you know how to fry an egg?
Of course.
Okay. Right on. Now we're gonna salt it.
Soak it in. That is a Burger Bomb pretzel. Oh, yeah. It is a lunch buffet of all of my favorites. It's a delicious pretzel, moist, buttery. The jam actually plays a really nice balance in adding that fun kind of little desserty element to it. Yolk drizzling through each bite. It all makes sense to me now. That's an award-winning dish! Oh!
I love the pretzels. Crispy, soft at the same time.
I like the burger, the bacon, and it's sweet.
The cheese complements the meat's real salty, and then a little bit of the sweet from the strawberry jam that hits you at the very end. It's kind of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner all rolled up into one.
Coming up!
These are my favorite things at the fair.
For the love of the carnival, he's pushing through the pain. The Steuben County Fair in Bath, New York has been running strong for 196 years. With world-class vineyards dotting its famous Finger Lakes, Steuben County is a mecca for wine lovers.
But it's also home to our next dish, known as the Steuben Cuban. This sandwich is made fresh every day by Ray, using the same recipe his grandmother taught him.
What drew you into this sandwich?
I heard good things about it. I've seen other people eating it, and it smelled amazing.
And you clearly have good taste. You went with what I would... The gods agree. How is it possible at 20 years old that you have your own food truck?
I started off with a hot dog cart. A year later, got a food truck. Yeah. And just keep on going.
This is a sandwich that obviously was created here in Steuben?
Right in my grandmother's kitchen.
This is what you grew up with?
This is our recipe. This is how we created it. We're gonna make our spice blend. We're gonna put salt, pepper, of course, nice chunk of garlic in there, olives. Then we're gonna give it a little more flavor by adding some adobo.
What's adobo?
It's a spice enhancer that a lot of people use around the world. Bang the crap out of it.
The technical term, we're gonna bang the crap out of it.
Until it comes out into a paste.
I mean...
It's got a while yet.
What?
And add a little oil to that, mash that up just for a little longer.
First memory cooking with your grandmother.
Pretty much getting yelled at. That's my grandmother, man. Tough love.
Now you're 20 years old and you got your own food truck.
She's the reason why, man.
Yeah.
And there you go. I got a pork loin, and we're just gonna do little slits. Simple as that, man. This is the fun, messy part right now. Stuffing our mixture we just created right through the pork loin.
Already smells delicious.
Oh, you'll see when it's done, man. We're gonna put sazon on.
What's that?
A Spanish spice. It gives it a little more taste.
This thing is all seasoned up from the inside, the outside, every side.
The pork loin marinates in the fridge overnight, then roasts at 350 degrees for 90 minutes.
That is perfectly cooked. And now we start assembling this bad boy.
We start with Cuban bread, a white bun similar to French bread.
We're gonna put our mayo on both sides of the bun, pork slices on. We're stacking this Cuban sandwich.
Attaboy.
We're gonna put some ham on there, Swiss cheese, sliced dill pickles, butter, put it on the grill. I'll put that right on there. We're gonna take our panini press and squeeze it down. What you're trying to get is a nice golden texture on both sides of the bun. There you are, that's the Steuben Cuban.
Oh, yeah. Every layer of this sandwich is done perfectly. It takes you close to 2 days to get that pork loin where it needs to be. It's worth the wait. This is a sandwich that has got a lot of love, a lot of tradition, a lot of history, and a lot of hard work.
Definitely.
How's good? The pickles, the meat, and it's got that crunch. Awesome. The bread is toasted to perfection. The pork, so juicy and tender.
Just the whole combination is wonderful.
It's all working.
It is.
Anna and Mike are the 4th generation to be serving up Anna's secret family recipe. For over 90 years, the Booth family has been wowing crowds with their rainbow sugar waffle.
What drew you in, man? Why this?
The chocolate and the sprinkles.
These are my favorite things at the fair.
There's no way your doctor said you should be out walking on that thing.
No, but it's only once a year.
For the love of the carnival, he's pushing through the pain. This is a recipe that has got an unbelievably rich history.
My grandfather purchased the recipe from his brother-in-law in Germany for $1,000.
Worth it?
Yes, absolutely. He was very successful with it.
So we're getting a little bit of a taste of history here today.
Absolutely.
Anna starts by combining eggs, sugar, vanilla, and salt, then mixes on high. Water, flour, and baking soda are added to create a thin batter. The uniquely shaped waffle iron is dipped into the batter for a very light coating before heading into the fryer, where it puffs up into a crispy waffle.
This is beautiful, that honeycomb shape. Has that changed over all the years?
Always been the same, 90 years.
Having an assembly line of waffle irons means that the Booths can cook a dozen waffles at a time.
We're gonna dip it in chocolate.
We're gonna dip it in chocolate.
Put the fingers in the holes.
The high cocoa butter content of this enrobing chocolate gives it a thin texture, making it easy to get a perfect coating.
Sprinkle them.
Oh my goodness.
Go around the edges.
Cue the rainbow. That right there is your rainbow sugar waffle. Oh, it's not what you expect when you think waffle. Although the flavors and that crunch, it's like a delicious dessert cracker covered in high-end chocolate and sprinkles. The guy who sold this recipe in 1925 for $1,000, he undercharged.
It's very moist, sweet.
Crunchy, chocolate, and the sprinkles.
Chocolate is just so soft and smooth.
You're like a squirrel storing rainbow waffles for the winter.
Very good.
Coming up.
You gotta add the sriracha.
That's gonna be hot.
Hot is the name of the game.
I'm here at the Steuben County Fair in Bath, New York, where our next dish is guaranteed to put a fire in your belly.
Stephen is the local fire chief and the proud owner of the Finger Lakes Fudge Company, which has been a fixture here at the fair for 58 years. Stephen's created a fiery favorite, 5-alarm fried fudge.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I love spicy and sweet at the same time.
What the fudge? This is at the core of it, a maple fudge, but you've added in a fun little extra element.
Little sriracha brings the heat and the sweet right together.
Making fudge is not an easy process.
No, it's not. The first step's adding the sugar, evaporated milk, butter, a little bit of salt, and the corn syrup into the kettle. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
Stir this. We have to make sure this gets stirred thoroughly. This kettle has been with this business for many, many, many years. Copper kettle, solid copper.
And the reason for the solid copper?
Solid copper transmits heat more evenly.
The mixture has to be stirred constantly to keep it from burning. It takes 15 minutes for it to reach the exact desired temperature.
We're looking for 234 degrees.
If this thing gets to 235, you're gonna have a different taste?
235, 236 will turn into candy.
Really?
Yep.
Not the worst outcome.
Now we have to add maple extract, the vanilla extract, add the white fondant to the mixture here. It adds thickness to the product.
Now, is that fondant the same as when you watch one of those cake baking shows and they're wrapping everything in fondant?
Yes, it is.
Same thing.
Same thing. We gotta add the sriracha.
That's gonna be hot. That seems like a lot.
Hot is the name of the game.
Stephen ladles the mixture into pans, adds more sriracha, and lets it cool for 90 minutes.
It's like art.
So we cut the fudge. We usually do them in squares. We cut it by hand, so not every piece is the same size. We dip it in the funnel cake batter, put it in the deep fryer, deep fry it till it's golden brown, and sprinkle some sugar on it. Have a bit of heaven.
5-alarm fudge.
You might need a little protection, though, before here.
Now I'm ready. It is delicious. It's creamy, it's rich, it's sugary. Then the sriracha steps in. That sugar and spice, this is everything nice.
That is amazing.
Sweet. It's got a nice little kick to it. I love it.
Oh my God.
Batter is amazing.
Yeah.
I love the maple inside. I need to get another bite.
You need to do some more research. I understand that.
What a day. From that fork-free chicken waffle and that burger bomb stuffed pretzel to the Steuben Cuban and the rainbow sugar waffle.
We'll see you next time on Carnival Eats.